Hey everybody, I don't know if this is starting at quarter two or right on the hour, but we'll just sort of hang out for 15 minutes or so and see what's going on. Oh, right now we are sitting on a, I'll turn the sound on. Might as well balance the audio while we're waiting. It sounds a bit loud to me. Okay, we'll see how loud Jeff is. It's the sound on the stream is that. That's what you're hearing. But it does seem to be a very short loop, doesn't it? I've turned the stream audio down quite a bit, lower than I usually have it when I'm streaming Dragon Age, so we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, this is this is a sample, but if you are curious, this is up. There's a link in the description of this as well if you want to pick it up. It's actually the quality of the print, I think, for the one that you can buy now is a bit better than this one, but that was the print test. Let me just do one thing. Let's do that so I can see what's going on. I think the chance of us getting Dragon Age Dreadwolf news is basically zero, because it doesn't make sense to me that you would announce the name so close to the event if you were going to show something. I think there's probably a 5% chance that we get Bioware news, but it probably won't be Dreadwolf news if that happens. But, 5% chance. And if it is something, it would be either they finally managed to decide to do Dragon Age Remaster, or something to do with SWTOR, or for some reason EA decided they needed to talk about Mass Effect. Hopefully not that third thing, because it's a lot early to be talking Mass Effect, but if we get something, that would be my guess. But I honestly think we're not going to get any Bioware news. So maybe we'll all be surprised. I don't mind Dreadwolf. So, question about what would I have called the latest Dragon Age? I mean, we were starting naming discussions before I left. I think Dreadwolf was on the list. There's nothing wrong with it as a name. I think that the franchise should definitely put Dragon Age 2 in the past and stick to subtitles. At one point, I was actually pushing for calling it Dragon Age with no subtitle. I got talked out of that. I think probably that was the right call. But I think, yeah, Dreadwolf is fine. You want something that's short and sayable. So things like Minrathous Knights, and like when it just gets too cumbersome and long, it becomes awkward. I do think there is something to be said for a made-up word, Skyrim or Dreadwolf or that sort of thing, because it lets you dominate the search. Whereas if you are Inquisition or Oblivion or those sorts of things, you can kind of get lost in the Googles, at least at certain points in your campaign. Yeah, my bet is that we'll see Dreadwolf at the VGAs. That was actually my assumption before they announced the name. Now I'm even more confident in that. Yeah, I mean you have a wolf and a dragon in the name is a bit confusing. That's fair. I don't have a problem with the font. I think that we'll probably see some refinement on the word form before it launches. Yeah, we'll see. I've been procrastinating on the Unreal stuff. I have a conversation system probably 70% stood up with a very terrible tool pipeline. My plan is to push it to 85% and then do effectively a dailies where I make a video about the state that it's in. So probably still with the terrible tools pipeline. It's actually likely to get worse before it gets better, and it's already pretty bad. But I just need to not procrastinate any longer. Well, I guess we're not starting at quarter 2 because we're past that point. Didn't even notice. Yeah, I mean, I wrote a little C++ for my dialogue system, and I'm pretty rusty, but I still find Blueprint as a programmer very frustrating, just because it feels like a solution looking for a problem. I'm sure non-programmers disagree with that statement. I don't know if the spider with hands is going to be in Dreadwolf or not. I mean, I would hope they wouldn't just toss away an asset they have. I mean, because there's more Tevinter stuff in Dreadwolf, I imagine that they're going to be able to turn the magic levels up quite a bit, which lets them do a lot more experimentation with creature design. See, once you have a hand, you can do lots of things. Definitely, I feel like the Dragon Age team has heard the "please stop making us kill wolves" that make us sad. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of just animals as enemy factions in Dreadwolf. Except spiders. Oh, the sound stopped. What does that mean? No, different looping stream. It's so funny. I should probably do a video about why bears are so hard in every single game. I still haven't played Elden Ring. It's on my list, and I have been procrastinating on that as well. Yeah, I guess killing souls will make some people sad. Well, dragons in Dragon Age Inquisition are definitely emoting maybe a bit too effectively. Yeah, so they are selling. They're just an animal that are just trying to live their life, and you're putting them down. I think, I mean, it's a testament to the quality of the animation for those dragons, but yeah, not necessarily the best emotional situation. I mean, one thing that, you know, I feel like the BioWare games have always been undermarketed. I remember when Mass 1 was coming out, that was around the first Assassin's Creed, and we were going out to dinner with Microsoft, I think, and I could see a television over someone's shoulder, and in the time we were at dinner, I think I saw 15 Assassin's Creed television ads, and Mass Effect got 0. So I do think BioWare's always been undermarketed, not just by EA, but just in general. I think that it has been a tendency to undermarket BioWare games. I think Cyberpunk put the money behind the game, and it shows from a marketing perspective. Yeah, I wrote the original DM client for the original Neverwinter Nights, to answer the question up in chat. But I was actually the lead programmer on Jade Empire during Neverwinter Nights, so it was more of an emergency kind of thing. Got rewritten after I left the project, but I wrote the original version. I do think the dragons in Dragon Age Inquisition are the best dragons in gaming, even now. Maybe not the best monster fights, but I think the best dragons. I like this looping song better than the first one. What's the chance this ends by when it's supposed to? I hope it does. Pillars of Eternity also had a very tiny budget, so yeah, its marketing was light, but compared to a percentage of its overall budget, I wouldn't be surprised if Pillars of Eternity is actually larger than Dragon Age's. I mean, the writing team tends to shy away from going back to followers, especially ones that have a lot of quantum. Anyone that was a romance option inherently has a fair bit of quantum. So they do reoccur. I mean, you've got Varric twice. You got Isabella twice. Like, you get people coming back, but the writing team tends to shy away from that just because it just puts a lot of extra work that nobody sees, because you just see whatever matches your quantum state, and all the other work is basically waste. I'm pretty sure Shale has the Terminator, giving a thumbs up at the end of one of the Golem plots, doesn't she? So she's quite quantum. She's not bad, but she can be dead. Quantum in this term just means that there is just a lot. It just means there are a lot of different potential states for the character. Oh yeah, right. I forgot Shale was in they did that in Asunder. Oh, Alistair is incredibly quantum. Everyone in Dragon Age 2 except for Varric is very quantum. I don't think there was a concern about using an Awakening character because, you know, it was 35% attached, which is pretty good, but still, it means most people hadn't seen this character. Aveline, I suppose, isn't very quantum. I mean, she doesn't necessarily, you don't necessarily complete her romance, but yeah, that's a good point. I don't believe Aveline. Yeah, does she have a leave in disgust? I don't think so. I think she's always around. No, there's not really a formula for how expensive the choice is. And it really depends on what you do with it in the future as well. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff at the end of Origins that would be incredibly expensive to pay off that comes up in the epilogue slides about a Dwarven civil war. And I mean, if you decided to if you had decided to go to oh, thanks for joining. If you decided to go to Ostagar in Dragon Age 2, would have been a big pain in the butt. But because we didn't go to Ostagar in Dragon Age 2, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, I think guard captain or not, or married or not, are the quantum. So that would be easy enough to deal with. Okay. We're going to start shilling for Jeff Keighley in 55 seconds. So I imagine that, I guess, you guys are going to be 30 seconds behind the mainstream because of just the way that this works. I guess probably you want to see that. Let me do this. But Dragon Age 4 was marketed in 2018 because EA needed something. Well, two reasons. One, EA wanted something at the VGAs and didn't have anything else. And two, by putting it there, you also made it way less likely that the game was going to get canceled. So, there was some politics on both sides of that one. Okay, I guess here we go. Uh-oh. You might find this offensive. I mean, I imagine. Yeah, maybe we'll get Nightingale.
And here we go! Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Keighley, and this is Summer Gamefest, a live showcase of what's next in the wide, wide world of video games.
Okay, trying to balance the audio.
In Los Angeles, so whether you're streaming from home or watching inside an IMAX theater, welcome to our showcase event. Over the next few hours, we'll give you updates on the games you love, be joined by special developer guests, and yes, have a few surprises along the way too. Now, what I love about this show
Surprise,
is
Kojima.
it's a true cross-industry showcase. Whether you play on Xbox, PC, PlayStation, Switch, or mobile, we'll have games for you. It doesn't matter your platform of choice. We're all
Tabletop.
to come together as one community.
Gonna have some
that
D&D
simply
announced.
loves the art of amazing video games. The biggest franchise.
That is the shiniest jacket I've ever seen.
You'll get introduced to exciting new worlds, new teams, and we'll make room for small independent developers who we think deserve the spotlight too. If we do this right, hopefully you'll discover a few new games to put on your wish list. And even if you don't get every announcement that you desire, let's face it, you're not going to get everything today, but we've got a lot of great stuff. So let's get started. Over 30 years ago, Capcom's Street Fighter hit arcades, and ever since, this legendary Japanese fighting game series has continued to evolve.
I am 100% confident Kojima's going to be in here somewhere.
And right now, we're excited to officially confirm a character coming to the game and show you the exclusive first gameplay footage. Enjoy.
Street Fighter. This is adds the show for sure.
You won't know what hit you.
Let me have some fun.
Let's get this mission started. This will be a good fight. Got you in my sights.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I played a Street Fighter.
I'm just on another level.
Does he have a live audience? Guess we'll find out in a second.
It's all about the code.
Nope, I don't think so.
All right. Next, it's time for a brand new game announcement here at Summer Gamefest. Check this out.
Sergeant Leo Alvarez of the CM Leth Recon Squad. Our mission was to enter the Tantalus base, locate the ComSat relay, and bring it back online. We found the relay, but there was a problem.
Get that door closed now, Private. Close that gate. Nothing gets in here. Ray didn't make it.
At least he's in one piece.
Willis, take the lead.
Oh, this ain't good. What we found was a new
Aliens?
kind of evil. And it found us first. This wasn't human.
It's supposed to be 3 hours long. I'm worried it's going to go long.
Willis! Open fire! Go, go, go! Alvarez, through that door!
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hold that door, Sergeant! Son of a...
I don't know what I saw in there. But I know when I close my eyes, I still see it. Now everyone's dead. And someone needs to know.
Did they ever set a year in the original, like Alien or Aliens movies? Can't remember. Oh, it's a... Okay. Top-down... Is it XCOM?
That was Aliens Dark Descent, and it's coming in 2023 to console and PC. Next, 2 years ago at the Game Awards,
Jeff seemed
revealed
really
the
stiff
Callisto
today.
Protocol from the creative forces behind the Dead Space franchise. Today, I am thrilled to get to show you the first raw gameplay alongside its creator, Glenn Schofield. But first, here's the quote-unquote Schofield cut of the brand new trailer with a little more gore.
Weird that we're starting with the horror games.
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the Dead Moon? Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go.
It's so weird to put these two games side by side.
Your new life is entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance at rebirth.
Yeah, there's definitely... You can tell the Dead Space team... The original Dead Space team's in here, huh?
I just love that last part. Gives me chills every time.
I mean... It is weird that you show the top-down, maybe tactical game right beside the third-person shooter horror game with the same basic setting. It is very odd.
Welcome to your new home.
Yeah, I agree. The Aliens trailer doesn't really match the gameplay, I didn't think.
That's right. We know what you wanted to see. And joining me now, Glenn Schofield, striking distance. Glenn, first of all, congratulations. This game looks absolutely incredible. And I gotta
12
say,
to
the fact that you
2022?
have built
Yeah,
this
it's not
team,
bad.
this
Lots of
studio,
twos.
New IP shipping this December, all in COVID, blows me away. So congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having us. I really do appreciate it, Jeff. And you know, for a second, just give me a second. You know, I want to thank you for all you've done for the game industry all these years, man. I think I've known you like 16, 17 years now, and you've been an ambassador. You've amplified new games, new studios, and I just wanted to thank you. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. It's not about me, it's about you guys.
Yeah, I know. But
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And yeah, it's so fun to do these shows and to show this game. So people saw the trailer, but what I'm so excited today is that you just brought a raw gameplay sequence. This game is in development, and people are going to be blown away, I think, when they see it. But tell us a bit about what are we going to see today?
yeah, we got a
Raw-
couple minutes of
raw
like you said,
gameplay
like raw
sequence.
gameplay. It's two segments in the first half of the game. One is a med bay, another one is a
I think
power
they
station,
jettisoned
and you're
PUBG
gonna
from
see,
an IP perspective, didn't it?
New enemies,
Didn't they
some
just announce that last week?
some, just about everything. We were showcasing a new weapon called the
Yeah,
Grip.
T-shirt and
It's,
blazer.
like a gravity gun, but it picks up the enemies and it shoves them into giant fans. It rips them apart. It's great.
She's
and,
gonna call her.
And then check out the nice ending we have, where we usually will kill our main character Jacob, and in a very unique way. And just for a second, I want to thank the team, man. like you said, through COVID, through everything else, the dedication, the hard work. You guys are amazing.
In terms of getting placement within the show, I don't think so. I mean, I imagine there's a certain amount of pressure applied by the bigger publishers, but I think it's a lot about your relationship with
Let's let the footage
Jeff.
speak for itself. Let's go field, striking distance. Here it is, the first gameplay of the Callisto Protocol.
So Dead Spacey. We could see KOTOR. It's possible. I have many suits and blazers that have been worn somewhere between 0 and 1 times. I'm not sure if they fit me anymore. I don't think Obsidian would be the right partner for a Dragon Age remake, even though, you know, they have a long track record. But I do think that, you know, someone that was willing to spend the money would probably do a better job than EA if you were really doing a remake. That even looks like a Dead Space gun. Ah. Oh. Wow. What a weird thing to start your show off with.
That just happened. All right, moving on. This October, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 arrives. Infinity Ward is once again returning to its roots for a modern-day action game, and today we're about to show you the world premiere of its gameplay with a level playthrough. To tell us more, let's head to the port of Long Beach to check in with Johanna Ferris, the head of Call of Duty.
Hi everyone. In 2019, Modern Warfare changed everything. And on October 28th, we usher in a new era of Call of Duty with the launch of Modern Warfare 2. We are back, we are bigger, and we are bringing the entire team. Price, Gaz, Soap, Alejandro. We needed a stage big enough to debut Call of Duty in a whole new way, inspired by the world we're about to enter. Oil rigs, cargo ships, and staggering odds are just the beginning. Here is Modern Warfare 2.
Weird.
Eyes in the ring. All right, that's our target. Shadows 1 and 2. Push to your work points. Let's invite ourselves in.
All stations ship is visual.
Copy. Press for assault. Stay on comm. We forward.
It seemed like a lot of money to spend. Maybe they're going to do a live event after this.
Could be a trap. Actual, we're set.
Copy. Get to work.
Yeah, I hear you.
Good hook.
That's true. You know, I feel like COD is always behind what I think it should look like. Like I always feel like it should look better than it does. It's like my memory gets, my rose-colored glasses improve the looks of the game faster than the technology's improving or something. It's not that it looks bad, it just, I don't know. Very flat. That's true. It has been a while since they had a campaign, hasn't it? I guess they're getting a lot of guys on there.
Ghost, we're moving to the main deck. What's your status?
Boarding the ship with Shadow 3 now.
Roger that.
Container now. 2 copies, moving. We gotta roll.
Yeah, like this is way grayer. If you were actually in this environment in real life, there would be just a lot more color. There'd be color on the barrels. There'd just be a lot more color in the environment.
They're gonna launch that missile. It's first stage. There's still time. All shadows. All shadows.
Guess it's, there's a bit more. Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine that I've got the biggest shooter fan base following me right now, but yeah, I mean, I do think you do have to be aware of the fact that this kind of game is definitely very pro military industrial complex by its very existence. The engine definitely can seemingly do color. It's not a technology problem. But even that's kind of grade desaturated. I guess that's partially the lighting.
Ship. Actual, we got a problem. Missile was somewhere on the ship.
You have your
Yeah, there was that game. Why can't I remember? But yes, there was. For several years, they made that recruitment game. Is there a missile ever stopping? I'm not actually following the story. I'm talking too much. Yeah, Mass Effect counts. It counts as a shooter. If you squint. Certainly Mass 3 does. Well, this is neat. The tilt is causing the containers to slide is cool. This is quite a long gameplay trailer. I like their little water sort of splashing VFX, but I think they're using it in inappropriate moments a couple of times. Like, why is all that water streaming down there? Is there like that isn't where's that water coming from? If there's a Kraken, that would be definitely grab my attention. But that one was a wave, so that I can buy.
Visual on bridge entry.
Check it. Controls are internal. All right, stand back. This is Shadow 1 going explosive on bridge entry. 3, 2, 1, execute.
Oh, is that me talking? Oh, okay. That's it. I appreciate the brazenness of the explosion cut.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
That was long.
That's what we're talking about. And joining us now, up from Long Beach, Johanna, great to see you. How's everything?
It's great. Thanks.
Great to have you with us, and also Jeff. From,
How'd you get there in so little time?
We saw the
Wait a
first gameplay.
minute.
Thanks for that extended sequence. Looks incredible. Jeff, tell us a bit about that mission.
Are we already behind schedule?
Absolutely. So, first of all, we're really excited to welcome back Captain John Price and Gaz Garrick. You know, they're not actually in what we just saw today, but they're returning members from 141, and then the other two characters that you may recognize from the older franchise that we're reimagining are Simon Ghost Riley and, of course, Soap John McTavish. And then a couple other new characters in here that we're really excited that we got to create for this game. First, Commander Philip Graves and Mexican Special Forces Colonel Alejandro. And Alejandro, I gotta say, it's a character we're really excited about. He's a guy who's super capable and a guy who's just as important as Task Force 141. But as far as the level's concerned, you know, I got to shout out to IW. You know, this is a tremendous collaboration across all of the different disciplines. As you saw, everybody coming together.
Is her shirt supposed to be the
motivated devs here, and
same color? It's not really matching.
The animations and the awesome sound design, and of course our new water tech, which is actually pushing the boat in different directions. It's creating a physically dynamic environment, allowing for the cover you were seeing. In certain cases, you could be behind cover, and then suddenly that cover would shift and leave you exposed, but it also leaves the enemy exposed, creating this emergent gameplay. So again, I'm very excited. Just can't wait that I'm so excited.
I'm fascinated by his wardrobe because it's like hipster Canadian.
Tell us a bit about Call of Duty overall, Modern Warfare 2,
like
obviously.
flannel and a toque.
It's back this year, but you've got lots going on across Call of Duty. What can we expect from you guys this year?
Yeah, we first of all, thanks for having us here. We're just so excited for October 28th. It's such a big moment, not just for Modern Warfare 2 and everything that Jeff and the team at Infinity Ward have built, but it really marks the step change, what we're calling a transformational moment for the entire franchise. You're going to see incredible rendering, incredible graphics, all the things just within the game itself, built all on one shared engine now across Warzone and Modern Warfare 2 going forward. Of course, there's a lot of chatter and interest about the new Warzone experience. We're affectionately calling it Warzone 2.0. There will be a standalone experience of Warzone for current existing players as well, so we're going to sort of feed the entire community there, but all eyes on the 28th. And again, I think the collaboration's just been incredible. Everybody's so excited for Task Force 141. Warzone coming to mobile as well for players on the go.
How thick are
Steam,
Jeff's souls, do you
just
think?
a big moment, and
Do you
there's
seem
a
like
lot
he's
more to
there?
come in the months to follow.
Well, before we leave, we got to ask a little bit about Warzone 2. I know we just, we're showing gameplay here on this, but can you tell us anything? There's a little bit. Seems like there was a little bit of a tease maybe in the trailer yesterday.
Yeah, when we're seeing that from the community, we love when the fans can pick up some things. Some chatter about maybe seeing High Rise and other.
We've done
elements,
3
but
games,
we'll
and
into
we
the details
are
of
half an hour
for
in.
sure. It will be an extension of
Gotta
the
pick up the pace here, Jeff.
universe. So all the more reason why we think this game, this moment, is such an important title for all of us looking ahead. And like we said, we're having a bold vision around the entire future for the franchise. So we're in position. We're really excited.
All right, well, we're looking forward to October. Thanks so much for giving us a first look at the gameplay. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. Thanks, Johanna and Jeff. All right, well, we've got lots more Summer Gamefest still to go, and now it's time to announce a classic PC gaming franchise is coming back with a sequel over 30 years after its first release. I loved this game when I was growing up, so I'm honored to share this very first look.
I don't believe that they're paying for position. I don't think so. But certainly you do occasionally see games that are, it's hard to imagine how they got there, but I don't think they're paying. Oh, that's why I couldn't figure out what it was. Yes, the progression in Inquisition multiplayer was bad,
All right, let's turn
unfortunately.
Back in 2017, we announced Witchfire at the Game Awards. Almost 5 years later, I am so excited. The team at the Astronauts in Poland has put together an in-depth look at the gameplay of this dark fantasy first-person shooter, which will enter early access soon. I am so excited to play this. I bet you will be too after you see this.
I've been fighting for co-op co-op campaign co-op in Dragon Age for a while. In Inquisition, it was a huge fight with EA because they just didn't understand why anyone would do it because they're all competitive sport game players. And on Dragon Age 4, it was one of the problems was getting the writers on board, but there was also the whole, we'll get to it when we talk about Anthem, but there was the whole everything should be a live service stuff going on within EA at the same time as well. I do think campaign co-op, if you commit, could be amazing. No, this is not Nightingale, this is Witch something. Witchfire, that's right. I mean, this looks like something.
Okay, next up comes an ambitious new game from a new independent studio in Europe, starring some very familiar names. Enjoy this world premiere new game announcement.
Got a lot of new games.
Officer Taylor, Medlog 29. Today, I can't believe what I saw.
Solace, everything okay in there?
Like, this has a smaller budget than COD, probably 1/10 the size. Can you tell me that it looks worse? I suspect that multiplayer will be purged completely from DA4. That's my guess.
Something is going on here. And I need to find out what
got something brand new, and look who it is. Troy and Roger in person.
I suspect if they're coming out
This is
soon
so
as
fun, the
UE4.
fact that you're working on a game together. What a cool
If it's coming out
team up.
more than a year from now,
Welcome
it's
to the
probably
show.
UE5.
Good to be here.
I gotta ask you guys, who are your characters in this game?
Well, I get to play a character named Wyatt Taylor, who's a medical officer who's stationed at this base, Fort Solace. And it's the epicenter of this mystery that we'll discover and uncover as we go through the game. And of course, my character will be at times an opposition.
They're probably if they're coming out more than a year from now, they're probably converting to
That'll be the
UE5
way
right
to
now.
see.
Every once in a yeah. Oh man, we can't wait to show you what we've been working on. And by the way, Jeff, this looks awesome, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
so great to be here. Thanks for having us.
It's so great that you're in another game. I mean, it's feeling like this is your first game since Red Dead 10.
One of the first major ones for a while, and I play a character by the name of Jack Leary. He's a maintenance engineer on a remote Martian mining post.
Okay.
His job is to make sure that none of the equipment breaks down while it's on their graveyard shift. The graveyard shift meaning Mars and Earth are really far apart from each other and their orbits around the sun. So help is not a simple call away.
I gotta ask. I think a lot of people will see this thing and they'll probably wonder. It's a new team, right? Independent studio in Europe that's making this, but with huge production values. I'm curious, how did you guys get attached to this? Tell us a bit about the background.
I will say that 2020 to me was the most impactful year for games. It was the first, obviously we had this unprecedented event with the pandemic, and that forced the way that we looked at everything as a society, but also the way this industry functioned. It was also brand new consoles. We had more tools that were being made available that were leveling the playing field between the AAA studios and the indie studios or the AAA studios. And so, just like anybody else, we got reached out. James Tinsdale with this brand new studio said, we'd like for you to consider being a part of this game, and he walked me through a very brief description of what the experience was going to be like.
So yes, it can be very, very difficult to convert to up-res. The path between UE4 and UE5, granted I've not spent too much time on it, looks pretty clean. So, if they're close to shipping, they're almost definitely going to stick on 4. But if any further than that, I suspect they'll change.
See this guy and watch him in action. I love to work, and I love the challenges and all the new innovations that this medium provides to performers. We can't wait to show you what we've been working on. I think it's going to.
Yeah, I guess I've seen some of the behind the scenes and the performance capture, Unreal Engine 5. I mean, it looks.
Oh, 5.
phenomenal.
There you go.
Can you give us a hint about the gameplay? What are we going to do in this game?
Yeah, the verbs are always important. So we're going to let the game speak for itself. We'll be showing you more later on. But this is a game where you as the player, you're going to be exploring, we're going to be discovering. Like we said, it's a very tight thriller. So you're moving very fast-paced through this world. There'll be multiple locations, multiple ways for you to traverse, which we're excited to show you about. And then the narrative is a huge element to this. They didn't waste any resources on the performance for sure. I got to tell one quick story, if I can. It was one of our favorite moments. There is a lot of action in this game, and that was at the forefront of this. And to speak to the performance capture aspect, we brought in an incredible, I got to give him a shout out to Nathaniel, our stunt coordinator, who walked us through and really approached this in a completely different way than anything I've ever done before. And he says, I want to know the story of this fight. And so Roger and I sat down, we said, these are where our characters are, and he goes, give me 1 hour and I will come back to you with the story of this fight. And after an hour, he comes to us and he goes, it was like a recovery program, it was 12 steps. And he walked us through this incredible fight, and about halfway through it, I started tuning him out, and I was like, hey man, I just want to let you know I've got no ego about this, but I can do a lot of things, but I can't do this. And he grabbed me by my shoulders and he says, oh, you can, you will, and it's going to be glorious. And we
It's
did.
like a dance. It was a
This
lot
is,
of trust, and it worked out.
Yeah, I mean,
we're
big,
excited.
Big stunts.
This is a lot of
this
talking.
is so cool to see. It's an independent studio doing this, teaming up with you guys. We can't wait to see more. Troy, Roger, thanks for joining us here.
Happy to be here.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it very much, guys. All right, well, next up, keeping up with the space theme, it's time to world premiere a very exciting new game, which will feature a musical score by industry legend Mick Gordon.
More
This one
sci-fi.
is going to grab you, and we are so honored to debut it.
survival horror? Seems like. And this definitely has a sort of set in the 80s vibe, doesn't it? I mean, that makes me want to ask questions, so that's good.
Doesn't that look great? That was routine coming to Xbox and PC. It was first announced a decade ago and is now officially back. I can't wait to see more. Now it's time to check in with a very special guest who's been in his fair share of video games, including most recently Fortnite as the foundation. Dwayne Johnson, welcome to Summer Gamefest. How are you?
What's up, everybody? And what's up, Jeff? And what is up to the Summer Gamefest audience is live streaming right now around the world and everybody inside the epic IMAX theaters. Dwayne Johnson here, coming at you from my Iron Paradise.
Dwayne needed to replace some of his free weights, I think. That's why he's doing this.
In smelly Iron Paradise, powered by, of course, Zoa Energy, the #1 fastest growing energy drink in the game. You guys know me by a lot of nicknames. The Rock, La Roca in Spanish, Uncle Handsome, sexiest man alive, big drink energy. Always room for a cheesy joke. There's always room for the extra large cheese pizza, especially when I'm delivering, and I deliver them often. You guys also know me as the greatest and most electrifying surprise in gaming that happened. You know me as the Foundation. And I gotta tell you guys, #1, thank you so much for the crazy response of me becoming the Foundation, but also, I gotta say that, you know, I've had such a pleasure working with Epic Games and the teams over there, and we cannot wait to show you what we have in store for the future. And speaking of the future,
it is a bit
future, you will also
commercial inception going on right now.
Black Adam, as millions of you know around the world who know the Black Adam mythology, he is ruthless.
Oh, now we're
unstoppable.
now we're pushing a movie.
I always like to say, a quick tutorial is this: Black Adam has the powers of Superman, but the only difference, well, there's a few differences, but one of the biggest differences is Superman's weakness is magic, and Black Adam's one of his superpowers is magic. So you do the math. October 21st, I cannot wait for you guys to see Black Adam around the world in theaters only. And you guys will finally see the hierarchy of power in the DC universe change. It has been an honor to become Black Adam, and it is a role that's in my DNA and that I was born to play. I was born to play the Man in Black, and I'm honored to show it to you guys on October 21st. So until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay focused, keep having fun.
Are they going to show a Black Adam trailer?
Enjoy your gaming, and I'll see you down the road. This is Black Adam.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Black Adam. What have your powers ever given to you? Nothing but heartache.
I was a slave until I died. Then I was reborn a god. Now, I kneel before no one.
You can be the destroyer of this world. Or you can be its savior. That's up to you.
Behind you! Did he just catch a rocket? He caught a rocket. All black anything. You know my fresh coat.
So this might be paid. Although it did have world premiere in front of it, so I guess not. I don't know where you're getting 2 Mass Effect games between Dragon Age games. Mass 3 came out before Inquisition. Now, is this a song that's going to get me demonetized? Oh well, too late. It does have Clippy B vibes, you're right. Oh, okay, sure. Legendary Edition. Okay, I guess. That... I wouldn't count that, but okay, sure, fair enough. So this is probably an ad that Nintendo's paying for it. Which is why you get the Nintendo Switch in the corner. The next Mass Effect is really early, so... So I think we're in ads. Ads within the ad show. If I get demonetized because of the music on the ads, I'll be really mad. The ads inside the ad show. But Mass 5 is releasing next year, according to Jeff Grubb? No. No, it's not.
That was so fun to see Courage and Ray in that Fall Guys piece, and you can play and download Fall Guys for free starting June 21st across all platforms, including Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. All right, back to another new game announcement. We're going to announce a brand new game and universe from a new team of legendary developers. Check this out.
People get demonetized for streaming these things all the time. If I get demonetized, it's fine. If I get a copyright strike, it's a much bigger deal. Yeah, I think he may be right about Dragon Age 4 next year. I think they're probably aiming for Christmas next year.
Signal's breaking up. Command, I'll do one last scan. See you soon. Over. Okay, hurry. Now we're talking. Command, I may be onto something. I have it, Command. Repeat, I have it. Mission accomplished.
This at least doesn't look like space horror, especially it looks like something different.
Hang tight, Doc. I've got this.
Do we have mechs and magic in the same setting? I mean, it does seem like we've got demons and magic and mechs.
Glad you could make it. We gotta move. Now. There's a storm coming. Hell's coming with it.
There you go. Oh. Hmm. Really depends on the
There
year.
you have it, Tim. Congratulations. Stormgate.
I think there's a reasonable
is real.
chance
We have a
that
name and
Starfield
some
doesn't come out in the
details.
same year as
So, first of all,
DA4.
congratulations on this
I don't know
announcement.
about
We're so
Zelda at all.
excited about the return of RTS, brand new franchise. What is a Stormgate, though?
All right, so Stormgates are portals that open during a massive solar storm that unleash the infernal host on future Earth.
Okay. And we saw some hints of some. I mean, you know, you guys coming from Blizzard and StarCraft, everyone wants to know about races. You know, tell us about the sides in this RTS game.
Yeah, we're unveiling our first two factions.
So it is an
There
RTS.
will be more. So the Human Resistance, and we saw an archaeologist from the Human Resistance in that intro cinematic, and then also the Infernal Hosts, who are these demon-like monsters who come from another world.
I think one thing everyone wants to know about, especially your background pedigree of the team, you know, where do you want to push the RTS genre? It's something we've all loved for decades, but, you know, opportunity for a lot of innovation. I know you're going to show us, I think, some hints of where you're going to go image-wise with the actual gameplay made in Unreal Engine, but any sense of what you want to do for the game?
It's not Hellgate London, it's
Absolutely.
Stormgate London.
But the first thing I want to say is we are very consciously trying to stay true to what players already love about RTS, where we're really trying to push the genre and be innovative. First off, approachability. For one thing, we're free to play, but no pay to win, no NFTs, nothing like that, just to lower that barrier to entry to get players in. But we're also really trying to be a lot more social. So you'll be able to play the campaign cooperatively. We've got 3-player open-ended co-op, and we've even got 3 versus 3 for competitive multiplayer. But of course, we've also still got 1v1 competitive.
And as a little surprise, I think we've got some first kind of work-in-progress images from the game, right?
Well,
yeah,
I would
these
hope.
are still very much still being worked on, but some shots of actual assets that we're building in Unreal Engine 5.
Wow, well,
Everything's
I love
Unreal
it.
right now.
2023, you said, for the beta, so
Oh,
people can sign up
it's
now,
a
get
lot
ready, and I'm
more
just so thrilled
cartoony
that
looking
there is
than I
a
expected.
brand new RTS franchise coming from you guys and your background.
All right.
You know, Blizzard and StarCraft. We're so excited about this team, Frost Giant. Thank you so much for giving us your announcement today on Summer Gamefest.
Thank you so much for having us here. Really.
Awesome. All right, Frost Giant, Stormgate, keep an eye out for it. Now it's time for another indie game announcement that I'm excited to share with you. High Water. Check this one out.
Good morning, High Water Dwellers. High Water Pirate Radio keeping you in the know with our flow. Alphaville authorities continue to deny false rumors that Alphaville elites are planning to evacuate to Mars. True or not, the one thing we can't deny is that the world ended on a sunny day.
Swept away, sent
Definitely looks like something, so I give it. So that perks my interest.
What a breathtaking trailer. High Water is an adventure strategy game set in a world ravaged by extreme climate change. Now, speaking of the world around us, the conflict in Ukraine is not far from anyone's mind, and it's impacted the development of games, including Replaced from Sad Cat Studios, a Belarusian studio with devs from Belarus and Ukraine. The team had long hoped to reveal a new trailer here today, but were understandably unable to complete it in time. Guys, I just want to say we're thinking of you and all the developers impacted by the conflict, and hope to be able to share your work at a future show. All right, our next game is an official selection of the Tribeca Games Festival. It's American Arcadia, where you play Trevor, whose life is being televised with the viewing population constantly voting you up or down. When you become unpopular, you need to start running for your life. Check this out.
Picture a city where technology and science go hand in hand with fun and entertainment.
My grandfather, Elijah Walton, had a dream to build the city of tomorrow. That dream is now a reality, and that city is Arcadia. A 43-square-mile metropolis where each and every citizen enjoys a life of luxury and comfort. Broadcast live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on every digital platform. American Arcadia. Control. Subject on the run on camera 4025. Interrupt broadcast immediately.
So Truman Show and Logan's Run combined into one game.
Listen to me. We can't allow Trevor Hills to escape under any circumstances. Trevor. Trevor, can you hear me? Be careful and don't make a sound. Don't worry. I'm going to get you out of there.
Yeah, that's right. It's the metaverse.
Apparently we've made it to the beach. Next up is a sequel we've all been anticipating for a long time. There's Trouble in Paradise, and watch out. You don't want to get bitten. After many years of rumors, we finally get an update on this much anticipated sequel.
It does have a Dead Island look with just way more goats. I guess they were intentionally going for that Dead Island trailer.
There you have it. That was Goat Simulator 3, and it's coming later this year to the Epic Games Store. Now, last year, Marvel and 2K announced Marvel's Midnight Suns, a tactical RPG from Firaxis Games, the studio behind XCOM and Civilizations. Heroes from the Avengers and X-Men crossover with supernatural ones like Blade and Ghost Rider for a battle against Lilith, the mother of demons. Today, we've got to look at some new folks set to join the battle.
Yeah, I saw game engine footage, not gameplay.
Typical Parker luck. I'm gonna need some backup.
Oh, well, too late. All right.
Counting on you again, old friend. 3, 2, 1. That used to always work. Well, it did that one time.
That was Midnight Suns, and now we're moving on to the wonderful world of Cuphead, the delicious last course. And can you believe it? We're only a couple weeks away from playing the delicious last course DLC. You see how they did that for Cuphead. Joining me now is Maya Moldenhauer from Studio MDHR. So first of all,
Jokes are
Maya,
funnier when you
it's
explain
really
them.
coming.
It's really coming June 30th on all major platforms. We are thrilled.
Wow, I'm so thrilled too that I think all the fans can't believe that this is here. And I've been lucky enough to play this actually on my Steam Deck last week, and you guys gave me a copy. It is, I can't. People are not going to be ready for how amazing this looks and the backgrounds and what you guys have done. I feel like you've amped up obviously the gameplay. It's difficult as we would expect, but the visual look, you guys have taken it even to the next level, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, we absolutely did. I couldn't pinpoint one thing that we're proud of in this because we really honed our craft, took everything to the next level, from animation, the backgrounds, the music, gameplay design, and of course our new playable character, Miss Chalice. I'm very proud of her.
Chalice is fun to play as, and even though this is a DLC, it feels like it's its own game inside of Cuphead in many ways.
It is, definitely.
Yeah, you just get on the island, and there you are off to this new territory, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's our biggest island yet. Super-sized bosses, lots of secrets to
It must be
discover.
green screen because they're not getting lit by the ground.
Lots of challenge ahead. Well, I know you brought. I know you don't want people to necessarily have too much spoiled about the game, but you brought a little something.
A little something, yeah. It's brand new gameplay footage of one of our new bosses, Mortimer Freeze. It takes place in an icy arena and features some of my personal favorite attacks and transformations. We hope everyone enjoys it.
All right, let's check it out. Cuphead, the delicious last course. Thanks, Mile.
This looks really hard.
Now, if you want even more Cuphead, and who doesn't, tomorrow we will show you an exclusive look at Season 2 of the Cuphead Show when I co-host Netflix's Geek Week, which will include new show and game announcements. It streams at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And that's not all. There's more Summer Gamefest all weekend long. Coming up next is the Day of the Devs Indie Showcase with I Am 8-Bit and Double Fine, then Devolver's Marketing Countdown to Marketing. Tomorrow, after Geek Week, there is the Epic Games Store Showcase at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, with news on Rocket League and the Tribeca Games Showcase. And Sunday, don't miss the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase with a look at the future of Xbox and Game Pass. now we have some exciting news for Nintendo Switch and PC fans about Neon White, a game where you play an assassin from hell who slays demons for the chance to ascend to heaven.
We're called Neons. Sinners plucked from hell to do God's dirty work. But I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
Got 10 days here. New day, new mission from Almighty.
You think you can win me over by showering me?
I'm not sure I'm really vibing on the anime mixed with the 3D. Oh, it's launching right away.
We've shown you lots of games today made by huge teams. Now it's time for a game made by a single father in Poland. Over the past year, he's brought on some help to bring his vision for a fast-paced action game, Midnight Fight Express, to life. Let's take a look.
You know the saying, get knocked down, get up again, that whole spiel. Well, it's time, partner. Time to rise up. Together.
Honestly, the amount of content I've already seen in the trailer is impressive for one guy.
It's happening. The big guy's actually going through with it. While I sat at his side, seeing lives as dollar signs, had the stink of corruption all over me. You know who put it there? Nah, not him. Me. Well, I ain't wearing it anymore, and neither are you. Tonight, we wash this whole damn city down.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Such a cool game, and I'm happy to announce that a PC demo of this game is going live right now on Steam and will be part of the Steam Next Fest next week. I really want more playable games to get in the hands of you guys at home. and that's why I'm check it out. All right, joining me now is Megan from Digital Extremes to talk all things Warframe. Megan, how you doing?
I'm so good. My fellow Canadian.
I know. We got a lot. We just happen to always have these Canadian teams on the show. I don't know how that works out, right?
Okay.
We do. Well, we have a great connection. We've also done a lot with Warframe over the years, and I know right now anyone watching on Twitch for more than 30 minutes, this show is going to get a special Twitch drop, right?
That's right. I already have seen people getting it, so
Yes.
it's very exciting. She's right there, loud and proud. Protea, 30 minutes for watching. Thank you for letting us kind of take over your special events category, but she is there and she is for you if you are properly linked up.
No, Warframe, you know, as I said, we've done a lot over the years. You guys have done incredible things with the game, and I know you have TennoCon coming up in July, which is your big kind of event of the year to reveal what's next. What can you tell us?
Well, I can't tell too much, but yeah, July 16th, 2022. It's a digital event again this year. Today, actually, we just launched the digital items for it, so you can get some in-game goodies, some really cool cosmetics, some merch, all that really great stuff went live today. But of course, the reason I'm here is to, kind of debut. We have our Tenno Live during TennoCon, which is our big reveal of the night, and
Yes, Powers and
a little
Edmonton.
bit of a gameplay, a little bit of a demo, and I think a lot of people
The
can
team in
suspect
Austin as
what
well.
it might be, but I'm here to kind of confirm what it is that Tenno Live is going to show.
And what is that?
Can I say it?
Yes, I think you can.
Okay, you're gonna get your first look at the Deviri Paradox.
Finally!
Finally, I know it's been a couple of years, but Deviri Paradox is gonna be what Tenno Live is all about, and I'm so happy. The team worked really hard on the teaser you're about to see for it, and I'm just really proud and excited to show it.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here on Summer Game Fest. Let's take a look at that right now.
My child, my friend, what was done is done. New dangers, new choices await us now. For now, dream of who we were and of who we have become.
Next, it's time for a new look at Honkai's Star Rail, an upcoming open-world space RPG. Yeah, a lot of space today from Genshin Impact Studio.
Even Jeff realizes there's a lot of space today.
Mobile and PC. This studio continues to deliver, and this new trailer reveals for the very first time a new and exotic realm players will be able to explore.
Yeah, see here, I think the anime style matches the game art style better than that neon one.
Listen, you are in a daze right now. You don't know who you are, why you're here. None of that matters. In the near future, you will encounter many perils. You will meet companions who treat you like family and embark on unimaginable adventures.
Space train?
Remember what you feel in this moment. As long as you know in your heart where you're heading, you will arrive at the end of the story.
Appreciate woman sipping her tea as giant explosion goes off. Okay.
I have wine to soothe the souls of honored guests. Welcome aboard the Cienjo La Fool.
Didn't get that last bit.
And that's not all for Playovers. Today, I'm excited to introduce you to Zenless Zone Zero, their next major new IP. It's a futuristic urban action game. I have to say, I'm blown away by what I've seen so far. It was announced a couple weeks ago, and it has the detail of Genshin Impact with a fast-paced action style. Here is the world premiere of a brand new look at Zenless's notable characters, armed enemies, and world of danger.
Is this another gacha game? There's a lot of characters. I'm not sure that you want your title to abbreviate to ZZZ.
One of my favorite reveals last year was TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which reminds us all of the Turtles arcade games back in the day. Well, it's nearing the end of development, and the team wanted to use SGF as a way to reveal one exciting aspect of the game.
April looks
keeping
off,
under
doesn't she?
wraps Until now.
Six-player. All right. Yeah, it's like Power Stone, something like that. What is June 16th? Is that, what is that? Oh, it's a week today. Okay. Because a bunch of stuff's coming out a week today. It's gotta be Fortnite, yeah? Or not. Okay. Okay, cool. That one was probably paid for.
How far will you push humankind?
Humankind allows you to shape your civilization by combining a multitude of historical civilizations from the ancient to the modern era. One Piece is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and Bandai Namco is bringing the mega popular franchise back to video games with One Piece Odyssey. Monkey D. Luffy and his crew of pirates are off on their next adventure. This trailer reveals the setting, a mysterious island where Luffy and his Straw Hat crew become marooned in this exciting upcoming JRPG.
The Straw Hat Pirates journeying along the Grand Line.
見ろよ、あの島。でけえ塔がいっぱい立ってる。空に伸びてるあの光はなんだ。よし、面白そうだ。行ってみよう。ちょっと待ってルフィ。変な形の積乱雲がすごい速度で増えてる。こいつノックアップストリームだ。なんだありゃ。おい、落ちるぞ。任せろ。クードバースト。
Filled with new encounters and hidden mysteries. Unravel the adventure that awaits.
I mean, looks like a JRPG.
In an odyssey beyond imagination.
Using a well-known IP, so I think it could do really well.
One Piece Odyssey.
ここはあなたたちの記憶をもとに作られた世界よ。
This August, Soul Hackers 2 from Atlas launches, and we've got your first listen to the English voice cast with this quick new look.
Ringo.
What an anime art style games.
Take my hand. You get one more chance to make things right.
It's like sci-fi, horror, and anime seems to be the theme of the show this year.
With so many new games featured across SGF events, you might be wondering how to plan for your summer gaming dreams. NerdWallet can help you find the smartest credit card to reward your gaming purchases at nerdwallet.com.
The Epic Mega Sale is going on right now. Save up to 75% off top PC titles with an additional 25%
Hope we're halfway
off
through.
products. And it wouldn't be the Mega Sale without the free Games Vault, featuring Maneater. Be sure to claim your copy before the sale ends on June 16th. Tune into the Epic Games Store Twitch channel for our summer showcase on June 10th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. We're taking a look at new announcements and updates from PC titles heading to the store this year and beyond.
Now we're back into ads. Ads and ads.
You nuts?
gonna get hit with the unexpected in Mario Strikers Battle League. In this no-holds-barred, soccer-ish sport, chaos reigns supreme. So prepare to do whatever it takes to claim victory. So much fun, it hurts. Mario Strikers Battle League, only on Nintendo Switch. Game rated every.
Oh, I totally thought this was out already.
Hi, my name is Carl and I'm a developer on Metal Hellsinger. You know how in some games where the music's really good, you feel compelled to move and shoot to the beat? But what if you had to? In Metal, the better you are at slaying to the beat, the more intense everything gets. And we have vocal performances from legendary artists like Serge Tankian from System of a Down, so while headbanging isn't mandatory, we do recommend it. Our demo is live now on Steam, Xbox and PlayStation platforms, so go check it out and slay to the beat.
Oh, I've been demonetized now. It's a rhythm shooter. I've seen these. Like, this has been done, but they can do really well if the soundtrack is good.
That one was Metal Hellsinger, coming later this year from Funcom, a rhythm shooter with metal music. And right now, as I mentioned, a demo has launched on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation for you to play for free. Next up, a new game launches tomorrow, The Quarry from Supermassive Games. This spiritual successor to Until Dawn stars David Arquette and an all-star cast. It's getting great reviews, and this is one of those binge-worthy teen horror entertainment experiences where your every choice shapes your story and determines who lives and who dies at a camp in upstate New York. Here's the first look at the launch trailer.
Family is the most important thing in the world. But if your whole family, you know, like every last one of them decided to jump down the bottom of a well, they're all just hanging on the end of the rope. How can one person be expected to pull them all back out? Can't. So you pull on that rope and you're just gonna fall right down to the bottom of the well with the rest of them. And what's the point of that?
What? There is a lot more to this than you realize.
Like what?
Kidnapping, murder, cover-ups. I think the whole Hackett family is in on it.
You have no idea what's going on here. Not a goddamn clue.
All right, let's do this.
Who should I call?
911.
You mean 911? Who says 911?
Goodbye, cruel world.
Well, I can appreciate the comedy sensibilities of this game.
I'm gonna enjoy watching you die.
This isn't a ghost story. It's a creature feature. It's really happening, and you're all in it.
This is gonna get a little messy.
Them's the rules, you noob.
Oh yeah, here's Nightingale.
We were proud to reveal Nightingale, a shared world survival crafting game from Inflection Games up in Canada. Now it's time to give you a brand new look and deeper look at the game.
Or
It's an
Nightingale.
innovative realm card system that lets you impact things like the weather pattern, resources, and challenges in this procedural realms. Here is your exclusive new look.
You're alone in the realms, I'm afraid. The portals are a mess. Not even sure if Nightingale made it. Given how fragile you humans are, I'd say that staying fed, dry, and rested should be your priority. If the portal arch is inactive,
I don't know if it has a story mode.
Realm cards from rare resources. Once you have realm cards, you can activate the portal. Beware though. Foul things lurk in the interrealmic void, waiting to get in. Be ready with your axe pick.
Definitely can tell Neil Thompson had a hand in the art in this game.
Shadows have offended. Think but this, and all is mended.
The Saints are marching in on August 23rd with the reboot of Saints Row that we revealed last year at Gamescom. And today, we're happy to announce the launch of the Boss Factory demo across PC and console, which lets you design and set up your character. And since it's Saints Row, you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this one. Check it out.
Guys?
You gotta do something to capture people's attention. So what do we build next?
Me. We are so good at this.
This is definitely Saints Row. Honestly, I feel like Saints Row is less discordant than GTA in terms of activity to story,
Dinner at a show, baby.
because it realizes it's a silly open world.
Next, we've got an exclusive first look at extended gameplay of Warhammer 40k Darktide, Fat Shark's follow-up to the critically acclaimed Vermintide series. Darktide promises intense 4-player co-op action and terrifying enemy hordes to team up against. And it's out on September 13th for PC, on Steam, and exclusively on console on Xbox.
Is it an interesting exclusive to get?
Manufacturer Cell 1736 is heading towards a power systems failure thanks to a bit of heretic sabotage. So you're going to restore the coolant and hopefully save the today. Get in, access the operations array, and use the cryonic rods to flush the system. Preferably before something explodes. Head on through the ventilation tunnels and look for an access point.
This way! Move it!
That's true, because Space Marine was Xbox exclusive, wasn't it?
Set your data interrogators. If all goes well, we can unlock the system, prime the rods, and send them where they're needed.
40k is such a ridiculous IP.
That's the first part done. Get to the base of the Matrix spot and put those cryonic rods to work. What are you waiting for? Get it in place.
I think Vermintide was pretty good.
Bloober Team is known for psychological horror games like Blair
Oh,
Witch and the
here's
Medium.
one of the
Today,
Silent Hills.
they are ready to reveal their latest creation made completely in Unreal Engine 5 for a visceral horror experience. It's a return to the world of Layers of Fears.
Oh.
Get a dose of this.
No, I was wrong.
Someone once said insanity runs in our family. Let it run. They say it's a tale of sadness and guilt of an artist trapped in a place beyond redemption. It's a lie. This is a story of my fear, pain, and hatred, of the horror of my loneliness, and it is mine to tell.
Now I see it. All this misery, all this suffering.
I'm not really a horror game person.
Shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have.
An empty shell cannot live forever. It cannot live at all.
I was trapped in this house, bound by this body. Now, I break free.
This October, Gotham Knights arrives. Batman is dead, and it's up to the Batman family, Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin to protect Gotham. To give us an exclusive new look, let's head to Montreal to hear from
I
executive
obviously
producer
don't know my
Fleur Martin.
Batman lore. I thought Red Hood was a bad guy.
Hello and warm welcome from WB Games Montreal. I'm Fleur Martin. I'm the executive producer on Gotham Knights. Today, we are thrilled to share more with you on one of our beloved knights, Nightwing. This showcase is the first in our character series, and we're really looking forward to share more with you as we continue working towards our launch on October 25th. So I hope you enjoy the show and stay tuned.
This city became my home. Its people became my family. Gotham gave me everything. It deserves to feel safe. No matter how hard we try, there's always more to do. And now, it's up to me.
Got time for a dance, Nightwing?
I got this, Bruce.
Wait, Bruce Wayne is Batman?
That was Gotham Knights, and now we welcome, oh, look who it is. Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog, co-president of Naughty Dog. Great to have you with us, Neil. It's been an eventful day on the internet for Naughty Dog fans, and
I think we jinxed ourselves. We were joking about last night, like, watch the assets will leak, and lo and behold.
well, the good news is there's some stuff that hasn't leaked that we have lots to share with people about all things at Naughty Dog. But first of all, it is it's a big month actually for Last of Us fans because Last of Us 1 and 2 both launched in June, and it's nearing its 2-year anniversary for Last of Us Part 2, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, it's crazy. 9 years for Last of Us 1, 2 years for Last of Us Part 2, and we still hear from fans. They're still sending us letters and art, and these characters and this journey and this world means so much to them. And it's just been kind of amazing. Like Last of Us Part 2 early this year passed a pretty big milestone. It sold over 10 million units. And that kind of support, that kind of success, we're so grateful to our fans. It has allowed us to grow as a studio, and now we can take on multiple projects, more than we've ever had at the same time.
Multiple projects, okay, very interesting. So what can Last of Us fans expect in the future from them?
Thank you for asking, Jeff. So one of the things we mentioned a while back is what started out as multiplayer mode has evolved due to the team's ambition. They really wanted to do something beyond what we've ever done before at Naughty Dog. And we felt the way to do it justice is to make it a standalone title. And they've been working on it for the past 2 years. Ambition has grown, and we're not quite ready to fully unveil it, but ready to lift the curtain a little bit and just give you like an update of where we're at.
Okay, well, what can you tell us about this new standalone multiplayer game?
Yeah, so we have a concept art that we want to show, but what I can tell you is that this game is big.
Okay.
It's as big as any of our single-player games that we've done, and in some ways bigger.
It's a nice piece of concept art.
The way we're
But it's
telling
concept
the story
art.
is very unique to this game. It's got a brand new cast of characters. It takes place at another place, another part of the United States.
It's like a city might be somewhat familiar.
I'm sure our fans have already figured it out. And it's really cool. And it's being headed by Vinith Agarwal, Anthony Newman, and Joe Padnatti, all veterans of Uncharted and Last of Us. And you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Next year, so wait till next year to hear more about that one. Okay, well, very exciting that this has evolved, and I mean, that concept art looks incredible. I can't wait to see Naughty Dog's storytelling fused with multiplayer live game.
It's something special. Like, we can't wait to show it.
Okay, well, that's not all. We also have something that I've been reading about on the internet every day. It feels like up in Calgary, they're filming the Last of Us show for HBO, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for the past year, we've teamed up with Craig Mazin of Chernobyl fame and HBO to adapt Last of Us into a TV show. They've been filming, and
They filmed some of it in Edmonton when they were doing construction for the LRT.
So emotional because not only is it so good, and the quality's so high, it's so.
Not that Edmonton doesn't look post-apocalyptic sometimes, anyway.
I just can't. I couldn't be proud of Craig and the whole crew and everybody that's up there. And their last day of filming is tomorrow. So
The entire series, last day of filming is tomorrow.
Last day of filming is tomorrow. Craig is up there right now, wrapping it all up. So it's pretty close. It's closer than you might think.
And you actually got to direct one of the episodes?
Yes, I think that really speaks to the kind of collaboration and trust that exists between Naughty Dog and HBO. They invited me to direct one of the episodes. I think we have an image from the episode I actually directed.
Okay, good first look. Let's take.
So you can see this is a certain museum that players might know from the game. And I really have to talk about Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, and not only directing them but seeing them do all the other episodes. They've thrown themselves at these roles for a whole year. Watching the nuance that they bring to these characters, their relationship on and off camera, I couldn't help but think about Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson. It felt so similar to the chemistry those two actors had when we made the game. And it really feels like this is going to be something special. And I will say this will be the most authentic video game adaptation yet.
Well, I mean, that first image that they put out, it feels like the video game. Everything that I've seen, both public and other stuff, makes it feel sort of super legitimate, you said, and that's awesome to see Joel and Ellie from the front side now for the first time. So we'll see more of that next year. That's coming as well, right? Serious?
You'll hear about it very soon. That's
okay.
I'll say right now.
All right. Well, Last of Us HBO, very, very exciting. And I hear you actually have a couple actors from the show who are going to join us here.
We happen to have a couple actors here that are part of the show. We should bring them up.
Okay, come on up.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Oh, hello.
Surprise.
Troy's back again. Hello,
I know.
Ashley. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh, hi.
Confused, though. I
Just hanging out.
Pedro Bella, but Troy Ashley out here from the game, right?
So when Craig and I started working on the show, almost one of our very first meetings, we said Troy and Ashley have to be a part of it. And we're such fans of like the
Crazy you're here.
helping us create Joel and
Randomly.
we felt like it was so important that they
With dialogue on the teleprompter. That's so crazy.
Kind of like a wink to the camera and like a cameo. Okay. These are real roles that we're keeping under wraps for now. But man, I'm bummed that I couldn't be there with you guys when you filmed your stuff.
There's been so much stuff.
It's
I feel like
so good
on the internet. There's so much like talk about what's being filmed, and I think that's you guys have kept a complete secret that you. So you were up there and you filmed your roles by now, obviously.
We're keeping secrets, but this
Just happened to be
is kind of old hat.
in the neighborhood.
Except for today.
Except for today.
Except
Does
for
he have
today.
different shoes on than he had before?
It was one of the hardest things for us to do is to not let people know that, because we're so proud of it and the work that we did. We worked hard. The crew, I have to say, when I walked out on set, to be met with literally every person that I met on that crew is such a fan of this game, and they all knew what it was that they were working on.
We have not interacted before this point, despite the dress rehearsal we did immediately before this.
It was one of the greatest. It was like I was coming home to friends.
Yeah.
I thought his shoes were different.
The detail, the crew was amazing. Bella and Pedro are. They're so perfect, and we've been trying to sort of describe that feeling of sort of seeing them in person. It's like the characters coming to life, but it's so much more than that. I feel like I can't fully explain it, but I am so excited to be a part of it, and just I can't wait to see it. I think it is going to be so good. It's I love the story. I love being a part of
I'm so excited about the series and the fact that you guys are going to be in it and undisclosed roles. I'm so fascinated how it's going to sort of bob and weave and are these characters we know from the game?
I am contractually obligated to be excited.
Yes.
I can tell you.
So sneaky. All right. Well, we're so excited.
Maybe it's already on Twitter by now.
Hey. All right. Well, let's talk about what was on Twitter earlier today. Lots of talk about the idea, or really what's happening is it looks like you guys are remaking the original game, and this is like a ground-up remake. Is that right?
That's right. We wanted to give people
I
the
didn't see that on
definitive
Twitter.
version of the first game that wasn't encumbered by any technology. Wanted to find a way to get even closer to our original vision. We're able to do it on the PS5 and PC. And instead of talking about it, let's look at it.
All right, let's take a look at the.
This would have
Last
been their
of Us
chance to
Part 1.
do an Xbox version.
So why'd you leave Boston?
I bet on quite the adventure, little brother.
Let's see some gameplay.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
That's true.
He's got everything to do with that little girl.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I've never been this close.
It's the outside.
So is that everything?
I mean, I would think that the original would have aged fairly well. Wasn't that long ago, was it?
Can it?
Once upon a time, I had somebody that I cared about. And in this world, that's good for one thing. Get you killed.
I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
I get in trouble down there. You make every shot count.
I got this.
I mean, this looks like what I remember Last of Us looking like.
Hope you know how to use
Which I guess means it's...
I've had some practice.
means it probably looks a lot better. 9 years ago? Wow, okay.
Truly one of my favorite games of the past decade. Guys, what's your reaction?
So old.
Yeah, we hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah, you're watching it in real time.
Yeah.
It's because you did these performances you did a decade.
It was 9 years ago. Then definitely they are hitting the quality of what I remember it looking like, which means they've improved it a lot.
And kind of like retargeted on these new rigs that have a lot more fidelity. And then the animators went back and
We're
studied.
seeing side by sides here just how much it has changed. That you went and you redid the models, rebuilt everything.
Everything was rebuilt from the ground up. Same art director, re-art directed the whole thing from the ground up.
Still looks good.
The great thing about these faces is that they're closer to the original performance. All the animators.
The original still looks. The remaster still looks great.
Than we could have achieved before. And that's just like one of the things we can talk about, like this brand new AI, like all the combat is redone. Just the fidelity of everything, 60 frames per second, all the stuff you're getting on the PS5. Again, we wanted to give, knowing because of the show, because they're all new players for PS5.
Yeah, they're just trying to refresh the IP from going into the TV series for sure.
I mean, when was the last time you guys played the game?
I actually played it again just to refresh my memory before working on the show.
I was just a glutton for punishment, and I went straight from playing
never
part
played
1 straight into part 2. And so the last time that I played literally would have been 2 years ago, since we're celebrating the anniversary of part 2 coming out. So I mean, it looks like I'm definitely going to be up for another playthrough.
I can't wait to go back because you guys did such an amazing job on that original game. And
it's really, when you play it, when you see it in motion, it's really night and day from what it used to be.
I imagine that think of the Last of Us 2 combat, but kind of that back in the Last of Us 1.
Well, it's the whole, like, all the new animation system, the new AI system, everything we've learned on, like, Uncharted 4, Last of Us 2, we applied to this, again, to give that definitive version. Just to give a quick shout out, this project is headed up by Matthew Gallant and Shauna Sky. And you'll hear a lot more about it and see a lot more about it over the coming weeks leading up to the release September 2nd on PS5.
All right.
And shortly thereafter on PC.
We will look forward to that. Neil, you've talked a lot
Only
about
got an hour left,
games
Jeff.
directed by other people. What are you directing? You still making games?
Still making games.
Okay.
I haven't given up my day job. It's a little early to talk about it. Maybe if someone in PlayStation wants to leak it, then we can talk about it now. Otherwise, we'll save it.
But you do have a new project.
Do have a new project, but we'll save it for another Summer Gamefest.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll try and save it. All right. Troy, Ashley, Neil, thank you so much for dropping by Summer Game Fest, and I am so excited that The Last of Us is returning, as you said, in September. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeff.
Awesome. All right, well, that is going to do it. Thanks to Naughty Dog and PlayStation for that very special look at The Last of Us and the entire franchise and where things are going. Very, very excited about that. All right, Summer Game Fest continues over the next few days.
What? He finished on time. He finished early.
I am 8-bit and Double Fine, including an exclusive new look at the Planet Atlanta. And then the Devolver Digital Showcase. Tomorrow,
I can't believe it.
Geek Week, which I'll be co-hosting.
I guess there wasn't a lot of interviews to pull it off of
Epic Games
track.
Showcase. And then finally Sunday, it's the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. You can stream them all at summergamefest.com. As for me, I'll see you again in August when we are back live in Cologne, Germany for Gamescom opening night live on August 23rd. And then the Game Awards will return in December live from the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles. And finally, I'm excited to share that Summer Game Fest will return in June 2023 as a digital and in-person event to bring the gaming community together. Thanks for being a part of Summer Game Fest.
Is he just
Remember, there are more
stealing E3? Is that what he's doing? Yeah, that ended really. That was a really strange ending. It's really weird to not have had a big surprise trailer it ended out on. Oh, wait.
Happy birthday to you.
What do we got?
Happy birthday
Oh, no, okay.
you. Happy birthday, Day of the Devs.
Day of the Devs.
What? You don't know what Day of the Devs is? Day of the Devs is the greatest and
Damn.
definitely the oldest independent games festival that exists. It was started over 10 years ago by Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit to celebrate the best independent games out there and bring them to you, the fans. We wanted to bring developers and players together to get together, play games, and have a great time. It used to be a physical event only in San Francisco, but now it has gone digital so the whole world can enjoy it. And we're really excited this year to be part of Summer Gamefest. So sit back, relax, put on your party hats.
This thing? I'm supposed to put this on?
That's right, everybody, put on your party hats. Everybody. Everybody.
I'm
That's
not
right.
sure
That's
what's
good.
happening
We're
right now.
Put on your party hat and enjoy Day of the Devs.
We got a new one today. This is from a good friend Michael Frey.
Ah, I
and
see. We've
Rafael
just
Munoz.
seamlessly
Previously,
moved
Michael
into
made a
something
game called
else.
Kids with Playables that we published.
Okay, let me
in-
just... I think we just jumped into a different. Yes, we just jumped into something more indie focused. So I think I'm going to just mute all that. Well, that was Summer Game Fest, I guess. A lot of sci-fi, space horror, and anime games. I'm just looking at the live stream. Yep, they still... we didn't get live redirected to something. They just handed it off to a Tim Schafer thing. Honestly, there were some interesting looking things, but nothing got me super jazzed. Nothing got me too surprised. Yeah, probably Goat Sim. Probably the trailer of the show is probably Goat Simulator 3, honestly. Yeah, Last of Us Remake probably will be good. I don't think there's an EA day. I don't think so. I think EA's plans is to spread their stuff across the year. I think they realized that too much stuff was being pushed out of the year. They didn't have enough to show, so they're not doing so. EA Play isn't happening this year, and EA Play isn't happening this year, and they just are going to just show things as it comes up. So I would expect to get BioWare at the Game Awards, probably just Dragon Age, probably nothing from Mass Effect this year. That would be my guess. The dev show is still running, covering it up. Pretty sure they'll be at the Game Awards. Pretty sure that Dreadwolf will be at the Game Awards. Because that would fit. That would make sense with announce the name now. It's June. 6 months. Get a trailer together. Get some gameplay together and show. If they're on track for next fall, like November next year, that would also make sense. I mean, they could delay and wait for next summer. Which would be more in line with the shorter trailer, the shorter marketing cycles that games have been moving towards. But I think because it got announced already in 2018, you kind of don't get to play that game. You kind of have to show early because you've already started. Yeah, I mean, the devs care about DA Day. the problem with DA Day versus N7 Day, you'll get something on N7 Day, but it probably won't be anything related to Mass 5 because it's just too early. You might get something else. The problem with DA Days, it's too close to the Game Awards. They're usually only a few days apart, so you either need 2 assets, or it's too bad if the Game Awards were actually a little bit earlier, you'd be able to piggyback them a little bit better. I think I'm still getting very quiet stuff coming through here in my ear. Yep, didn't go all the way to 0. It's weird. Game Awards are usually early December, but usually more like the 8th or 9th as opposed to the 4th. Yeah, like that sort of thing. The short stories for DA Day is more what I would expect to get, just because it's a more community-focused thing. Maybe, I mean, that would also be a place for something else if they're gonna have a TV show or a new novel or something. That would be the place to announce it as well, probably. Though, I mean, there was a bunch of TV announcements on the Summer Gamefest, so maybe you do that at the Game Awards as well. So thank you, everybody. I guess that was the Game Fest, and don't forget you can get. Whoop! I gotta stand up. You can get the T-shirts. There's a link down in the description. Check it out. There's a bunch of other very inside baseball dev-facing things on there now too, because I spent too much time in the T-shirt creator. DA Day is Dragon Age 4th or December 4th, because D4 kind of looks like an A. It's the best we had. N7 Day certainly makes much more sense. Thank you, everyone. Let me know in the comments if this was worth 2 hours of our lives, because I will probably be back for the VGAs, but not if everyone was super unimpressed by this experience. Goodbye.